What's up, YouTube? Yeah, this is what I look like. I'm not just an animated, random thing guy. And yes, this is a shirt with me on it, and yes, my camera quality is horrible. It's built into the computer. Sue me. So, why am I here in front of this camera and not just an animation this time? I was doing a homework assignment because I am a college student, and I found something I thought would be fun to talk a little bit about. What the hell is music? What is music? What defines music versus random noise? What makes this music versus this? I don't know. You see, a lot of people tend to say music is an organization of sound. Music is a composition of sound. Music is any sound that the person intended to be music. Why? I don't get it. There needs to be some sort of definitive answer. What is music? It's like asking what makes a color a color. Why is this a light pink and not a really light purple? I don't know. So what makes music music? What the hell makes beating on the drums and a guitar music compared to somebody banging on their chest, scratching at the door, versus a beetle just doing its own thing in the corner, scratching its wings? I don't know. So we had an assignment in class. We had to watch this video. I'll show a quick snippet right here. Yeah, it's I don't even remember the name of it. I'll do it in post. I had to watch that. It's this guy, and he goes up playing this song, and he's just making a bunch of random noises, but it was still considered music. Debatably, of course. And the topic of discussion for the class was, is this music? Would this be considered music to you? Short answer from me, I don't think so. But why? Why don't I think that would be music, but I think this would be music? Let's find out, right? Let's talk about it. So, in the video, he walks over, he's got a piano, of course that's pretty musical, and he's just bashing his face on it, basically, making some noise. And, it's cool and all, it's a piano. And he's got all these random other things. And he's just kind of walking around aimlessly, punching stuff, hitting things, moving knobs, getting water out of a tub, making all these noises. And, of course, the live audience watching, they're just kind of laughing at him. They don't know what's happening. Why don't I consider it music? I don't think it's music, because it's more just like a background noise. When I listened to it, it reminded me of Minecraft cave sounds. You know, the weird, scary noises you hear in a cave while you're in Minecraft. You're down at like Y level 11 in this cave hearing woo! That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of Minecraft cave sounds, maybe even horror movie sounds. It's just an ambient sound all the way through. The more I thought about it, I was just thinking this gives me anxiety. If I don't watch the funny man doing funny things on the video and I just listen to what's happening, I feel anxious. It was giving me a sense of anxiety listening to the sounds this guy was making. And it honestly just reminded me of Minecraft cave sounds, horror movie sounds, and funny enough, binaural beats. And if you don't know what binaural beats is, I'll pull up something in post like here probably, a quick definition. I'll try to explain the best I can in my own words. It's two tones, I guess, and they're put together and they just kind of go. And they're meant to trick your mind, or not trick your mind, but help you relieve anxiety, stress, an assortment of things, and it's believed that this will help you hearing these certain tones overlap. It'll help your brain kind of feel less anxious, less nervous, help you go to sleep, it helps mentally. Is it true? I have no idea. Some people wholeheartedly believe it works. Some people think it's a scam, it doesn't work, it's stupid. For me, it's if it works for you, it works for you. I don't listen to it myself, but it got me thinking, Is binaural beats even music? And honestly, no, I wouldn't say it's music, it's just kind of a background noise. I know someone who does, in fact, or has in the past listened to binaural beats. I even asked them after finishing my assignment, do you think binaural beats is music? And they said,
Well, no. Technically, no. I don't think it's music. It's just noise, but it's helpful.
oh, okay. That's one, it's already someone else that thinks it's not music, but I'm sure there's people out there that say that this is the greatest thing they've ever heard, right? This is the next Mozart coming out with the double tone binaural beats to eat, sleep, and shit with, That's the kind of vibes I was getting from this video. It's just a bunch of noise, and it evokes a sense of anxiety out of you. It's kind of even like, it's horrifying almost to listen to. It's a bunch of random sounds being played randomly, but apparently this guy actually had some sort of, I don't know what to call it. He had like notes for it. I forget what the terminology would be. It's, for theory nerds out there, I don't know music theory, where there were pauses, very intentional pauses, and he was to sit there and do nothing. That's all it meant, was at specific points, do nothing. So in a sense, he's got it kind of composed like a song, right? If he's got it all planned out, and I think that's one big reason why people think it's music. And what some people thought in my class was that if music is up to whoever's making it, what is the intention behind the sounds? If they intended to be music, then it's music. And I'm going to tell you why I think that's stupid. What's wrong with saying, if you intend for something to be this way, then it is this way? Well, let's put it in different examples. Say you go to a restaurant, you tell your chef, I want you to make me a medium rare burger. So the chef goes, all right, I intend to make this next burger medium rare. They cook up the burger, they bring it out to you. You bite into it. What do you see? A well done burger. Okay, this is not medium rare. So you talk to the chef, this is a well done burger, not medium rare. He goes, what do you mean? I intended for that to be medium rare. That's medium rare. No, this is well done. This isn't medium rare. No, and it will be a loop. It doesn't matter what your intentions are, the final product will objectively have to be something. Now, maybe, objectively speaking, it differs between people, which I guess makes it subjective. Some things you can just never have one right answer in. I guess a good example would be two people look at the same color. Let's say it's this Duncan card thing, and we're looking at the D here, that's like a pink or whatever. And one person sits there and goes, I think that's a pink. And the other person goes, I think it's a purple. Who's right? Hell if I know. So why is it that we don't know what would define music? Of course, everyone has their own interpretations of what music is. Everyone has their own tastes of what music is. Everyone, some people think electronic music is not music. It's just a bunch of noise. Some people think screamo or hard metal is not music. It's just a bunch of noise because you can't discern what's happening. So what really makes music music? I could take the fence sitter approach and say music is whatever you think music is. You can go ahead and say whatever you want. For me, if I hear a monkey banging on some drums, if I see that and someone goes, this is an amazing beat, I would sit there and say, you're out of your mind. That's just banging. It's just a bunch of noise. I would never listen to this ever in my life. They're just making noise. For me, music has to have something to go with it. For instance, if you have multiple instruments being used, you should probably have them working in tangent with one another, because if you have them all playing their own melodies, their own riffs, their own breakdowns, all randomly and doing their own thing the whole way through, it's just a bunch of noise. It's a bunch of random songs, in a sense, just playing at the same exact time. If you had one drum going, and a guitar's going, and a piano that's just playing chords like, it's not going to sound great when they're not playing in tangent with one another. Would you still call that music? Probably because there's instruments in it. But at the same time, it's just a bunch of random noises that people thought, hey, this sounds good individually, we'll throw it all together. So is it instruments like guitars? Is that what makes music music? Is music defined by some sort of organization in the way the whatever it is played? Like if people play with bottles, they go, that's music. People make music with bottles. They just blow in the bottles and they say, this is gourmet. This is the best thing I've ever heard. Because they have different bottles of water with different levels of water in it. What's the deal? What makes that music versus a monkey banging their feet on the ground and hitting their head with their hand? I don't know. I don't know what makes what music over what music. Maybe if it sounds good, but then that's subjective. So what's music? What do you think is music? Because obviously I don't really know an answer. I can give you 1,000,001 different ideas of what I would call music. It's got to have a melody, or it has to have some sort of coherent beat. It has to have all the instruments coherently playing. You have to hear everything going. Things have to play at the same time, or I don't know. I think it might be impossible to actually define what music is. Maybe everyone has their own definition of what music is. There's no right answer. But I think we can all agree that some things are not music. For instance, Minecraft cave sounds are not music, they're sound effects. So what happens when you try to make a song out of sound effects? You can end up with something like this video they showed in class, where he's just taking an assortment of random objects that make sound and playing them one after another without really coherently playing them. It's just happening. I just think we need to know the difference between ambient and background noise versus actual music. What can we define as ambient noise versus music? What would we consider to be real music in a horror movie or real music in a video game when you're just hearing random things happening, right? If you're in a game and you go through a sequence of events that are scripted, you might be going through, say, a haunted house and you hear banging on the window next to you while you're walking down the hallway, but then you hear the shattering of glass in a room next to you, but then you hear something move down the hallway, and it all happens in this very scripted sequence because you're glued in this hallway going forward. Would that be music? Because you hear, oh, there's the footsteps, there's the glass, it's all composed, so of course it has to be music there, obviously. Well, for some people, it's no. The intent was never to be music, so it's just a sound effect. Alright, now if I told you my intent was for this to be music, that you're gonna hear the banging out a window, the screaming down the hall, a glass shatter in the other room, and someone scraping their elbow across the ground, what are you gonna think after that? If I told you I've got my cock sliding on the ground because I think it's gonna make some beautiful fucking beats, when all you hear is the scraping of it, what do you think? Is that music or not? I don't think that's gonna be music because I slapped my dick on the table 3 times and then said, alright, I'm gonna sing some random line now. But if I intended it to be music, damn, my dick plays really well, doesn't it? Fucking know how. I don't know how to end this. How do I end this video? What do I do? I've been recording for like a little bit now. How do I end this? So yeah, fuck you if you think music is music and I disagree. And if you think my music sucks, then also I hate you. Anyway. Hey, me editing in post, I thought it'd be a good idea. I'm gonna throw together my own collection of sounds, and I want you to tell me if it's music or not, and I'm gonna try to make it sound like something that could resemble music, just to throw you off. Enjoy it. grab a pizza? Alright, shut the fuck up!